And here we are on a lovely Friday with World of Tanks. What? I love this game so much. I'm so excited. This has been one of my favorite tanks right here. The Tier 7 American M41 Bulldog. And I am at 99,000 XP on it. And I need... Let's see here. I need 2 more thousand XP to take this bad boy to the next level, which is going to be the T49, which I'm really looking forward to. That's a tier 8. But I got to say, man, the American Light line from all the way up has just been amazing. Once you get to the Chaffee and the T37 and the Bulldog, though, those are some fun scout tanks. And I had a little bit of experience with scout tanks playing the French scout tanks, so I took those all the way up to the medium bat chat on the French line, and I really, really liked it. But I really feel like I started to develop an understanding for scout tanks by playing the American line, and now I'm working up a little bit in the Russian and the German lines. We're also still participating, guys, in that huge op I was talking about on Monday. It's going to be going for 16 more days. I've got 408 points out of 1,000. My goal is to get to 1,000 to unlock. Let's take a look. At 1,000 points, we unlock the T95 E2, 15.4 XP boost, and 7 days of premium. So that's my goal. I want to get there. I want to make 1,000 points. Need 592 more points, and I think that's totally doable in 16 days. And guys, if you're new to tanks, some of the best tanks to score points are some of the smaller tanks in the smaller battles. So you could totally win yourself some good tanks on here. I'll show you another tank that's available. You could win this Locust tank for 350 points. I already had this Locust. This is one of my favorite little tier 3 tanks. It's just a great little money maker. It's really fast. It's really fun to drive. And you get like a squad of like 5 people using them. And it is a total blast. Alright, let's open up the chat modulator. I apologize, guys. I've been off since Monday doing some stuff with the fam, but definitely here. Always excited to stream and see everybody, so I hope some friends stop by. Next week's going to be a big week. We're going to be playing Injustice. Really looking forward to playing the Injustice. Injustice. Alright, and let's go ahead and take out our first ride here, the Bulldog, because we are so close to the next level on it. We're going to turn up the volume here. Turn up the volume. Hear those tanks loud. What is a good tank for starting out? Now that's a great question, Steve. We will look at that after this round right here, bro. We'll go ahead and take a little look in the American tree line, bud, and the Russian tree line, the German tree line, English tree line, and we'll kind of explain around. Here we go. Thunderstorm, Ghost Town. Not the biggest map to scout out, so I'm definitely going to have to be careful, especially if we're playing high tiers like tier 10s. They could vaporize my tank in a single shell, so we'll definitely have to really feel our way around the map. I'm excited for Injustice, Phoenix. I think that'll be a pretty fun game. We've had traditionally a lot of fun with fighting games in here. I remember originally doing some Killer Instinct broadcasts and having guys pull like 140 hit combos on me, and I was like, ah! Then eventually we did Mortal Kombat. And yeah, I always enjoy fighting games, so I think Injustice will be a fun one to check out. Of course, we'll be keeping up our tank coverage. And there's some other games coming out pretty soon, like Tekken 7 and stuff like that we'll definitely take a look at. And Friday the 13th. I know our friend DNS Protocol is really excited about. I should call him Soul. That's what his new gamer tag is. Alright, so check it out, guys. We're on Ghost Town. We got the weather effects. It's raining. It's storming. The old man is definitely snoring. And we're going to fly on over. Now, this corner I'm going to, I actually learned from my buddy Fourth Cap. This is where he likes to take his scout tank. And I kind of learned that it was a good corner. That's one of the things about tanks. Don't be afraid to watch one of your buddies or bros or broettes that are definitely good at the game. So I see Cav kind of come over here and peek on down this line. We'll do a little peeking. The visibility is definitely low. with this thunderstorm, but it doesn't mean that it's too low that they can't corner us in here and wreck us. Such a fun game. Oh yeah, bro, my sushi bar don't mess around, dude. Yeah, I had to show Acid a picture of that's Acid Warfare I'm talking about. I had to show him a picture of the oysters in the half shell. He'd said he hadn't seen those, so I was like, all right, bro, well, next time I'm over there, I'll shoot you a little video. I'm glad you liked it, man. I'll tag you in more of those. It's funny, you know, on Twitter, you can't really share video. It's so weird. Like, some days on Twitter, I can put like a 30-second video on there, and other days on Twitter, I can't put nothing on there. Twitter! Definitely doing our little hide and go seeky. This guy's braver than me in his pad, and I don't want to pull out around there where I can't back up quick. All right, let's shoot on down the right line. Well, I don't know about that, Steve. I don't know if anything will draw a lot of people anymore, but you know what? I'm looking forward to playing it. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to playing it. I hope that it has a nice like lobby system where we can do that traditional like Fight Club style, you know, get everybody in there to beat me up. All right, Chef, gonna whoop you. Plus, I'm looking forward to the story, man. The story on Injustice 1 was pretty awesome. Kind of like a superhero movie, and I'd love to see if they capture that same feel with Injustice 2. You know, we've already got it pre-ordered. It's definitely one we're gonna look at. So that will be something in the future that we will take a peek at. And now these guys are really holding this backside. They're showing a lot of discipline on the other team for not advancing too fast through here. Gotta respect that, man. The gamers learn these maps fast. The tankers, they know their stuff. Let's see if we can find a little hole in there. Oh, the T-95 kablooied us. Mr. Doom Tortoise. I should have stayed on the outside. No! My bulldog. My bulldog. My beautiful bulldog. Banana Hammock. Thank you for the host, sir. You look forward to punching me? I'm going to be studying, man. Of course I ate all those oysters. I did another order after that, Steve. You know, man, it was only 4. I tell you what, though, they do use some big oysters over there. They do use the big, delicious oysters. All right, so let's go over here. And, Steve, you were asking about a tank line to start up. So, let's take a couple little looks here, and we'll get near what tank we're going to pick next. I'm going to run the 1C next, but check this out. Now, this is kind of like a brief briefing because there's a lot to it. Now, any nation you start out is going to start out with a Tier 1 tank, like the MS-1 here, the L-Tractor here, the Medium 1 here from the UK, the FT from France, and these are basically like World War I tanks. And as you can see, there's a branching tree that comes off each of these. And basically, once you do the first tier, which should take you a couple games, you know, maybe like 3 or 4 games, then you'll have the option of maybe going to the tank destroyer line, which is symbolized by the triangle, or the artillery line, which is symbolized by a square. And eventually you'll start working up through it, depending on, again, the line you go. So you could go tank destroyers starting at Tier 2, up through Tier 3, all the way up to the Big 10s. Excuse me there. Little fur ball. Same thing with Arty. But for a brand new player to the game, I recommend maybe taking a line like this from the Russians and going, oh, sorry, this is the Chinese. Hey, Chinese, damn it. Right here, the Russians. And going up the M1 and then maybe over to like the T line here and just kind of working up through the KV line. All these tanks, the heavy line, the KV1, so you would go T26 to T46 to T28, and then you can tell a heavy tank because it's a square with 2 lines in it, and a medium's a square with 1 line in it, kind of dividing 2 sections, and a light tank is just a single diamond. But this KV line right here, the KV1, the T150, the KV3, the KV4, the ST1, and the IS4 are all great tanks. And I tell you what, another really great line, because usually there'll be 2 heavy lines and there'll be 2 like light lines and maybe 2 tank destroyer lines because they've added a lot. But this line right here is a great line too, like the KV-1S, the KV-85 into the IS line, and eventually I'm going to get this IS-3, which I'm really excited about. But also, bro, you could do the Americans if you America, if that's your thing, you're American, you want to go American. You've got some great lines in here too, bro. And like going down this way to like the medium, the Lee, then maybe to the T1 Heavy, which was a great tank. The M6 was a great tank. The T29 was a great tank. I'm working on the T32 right now. Not a bad tank or anything. Then eventually it gets to the T10 E5 at tier 10, and that's one of the big beasts of the game, bro. So basically, I would recommend for a new player to either go Germany, Russia, or America and go up the heavy line, or even the UK too, and go up the heavy line though. And the heavies are basically all-purpose bruisers, bro. They're basically, they pack big guns. They're typically not too fast, but they have great armor, and they're basically like the general workhorse of a battle, So I would say try that if that's kind of what you, if that's kind of what interests you. All right, so let's take out the PC, and I hope that helped you, Steve. I hope that helped you, my man. But in a long-term synopsis of everything I was just showing, and of course we'll put it on YouTube, I would recommend personally myself that you go up the either the heavy line for Germany, Russia, America, or the UK, bro. I don't think you can miss out. I think that the Czechoslovakian tanks take a little bit of understanding of the game. I think the Japanese tanks take a little bit of understanding of the game to really be efficient with them. The French line's great too. The French line's awesome too, and they get a lot of auto loaders. But the one thing about the French line is they usually pack a big wallop, especially with the auto loaders, where you could be like pow, 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 and shoot like 6 times, but they don't have the thickest armor, bro. So, you want to learn how to use the cover and the terrain and stuff before, jumping into one of those. Anytime, buddy. You can, of course, message me more, bro, for more info or anything like that. That's why we're here. All right. Mountain Pass. And that's another thing you're going to want to do, Steve. If you get into this game, you're going to want to start learning these maps. Like, basically, Mountain Pass here is going to have a couple different flanks. It's going to have a right flank going up this way. It's going to have a central flank across this bridge. It's going to have a left flank right here. And then the chance of an optional flank through the middle right here. And that, depending on which way your team's going, what they're doing, it's going to kind of, what kind of type of tank you're using is going to kind of decide for you what to do on these maps. But learning the maps, bro, will definitely increase your gameplay. There's so many little subtle nuances. And don't listen to anybody if they tell you there's gold behind that waterfall. There's no gold out there. That's something you tell new tankers as a joke. Hey, bro, if you go under that waterfall, you get 1,000 gold for free. Just see a guy drowned in his tank. So don't believe it, Steve. So I'm going to kind of bring this PZ-1C out here, kind of scout this right side a little bit. Looks like we got a bogey coming in. Also learning to use your little mini maps and stuff are really super helpful too, bro. I'm gonna do a little feint here. I'm gonna go up this wall. Oh no, our team's getting buttoned up already. Don't die, guys. Your lives are important. Using the lock on too, bro, is really crucial, man. Go ahead and boogie on back towards my own guys here. Towards my compatriots. Towards my amigos. And now that I have them locked on, I'm just kind of fighting while running, bro. I'm worried more about driving at this point.
We didn't penetrate their armor. The track is damaged. Enemies in our base. That one left a big hole.
Now he's running, trying to bring me back towards his compatriots. Ah! No! Roll! Keep rolling, baby! Roll, baby! Roll! Roll with those punches. And it's all about kind of scoring points too, bro. Like, it doesn't look too good for our team right now. Our guys are getting pretty buttoned up. But basically, scoring points is going to allow you to advance your tanks. You know, that's just kind of the way it goes. Sometimes you have great results. Sometimes the rounds can get a little spicy. Sometimes they can get a little spicy. They can be a spicy meatball.
They destroyed one of our tanks.
Aww. I don't think we had much left though. It was down to us. Last couple dudes. Well, hello there, Ricky Always Wins. I am doing great, buddy. Oh my God, the coffee is so good. Clink to the coffee drinkers. I'm drinking Pete's Blend. It's actually called Pete's Blend, and it is... Pete, you know how to blend some coffee, dude. It's good. Alright, so our last M2 Light. Let's see where he's at. Whoa. I don't even know you could get over here. M2 Lights, he's holding out. He's like, I will make them search for me. If he goes off that side, that's certain death. I didn't even know you could get right here. That's one of the things that's always... Where is he at exactly? Oh, he's on the far side of the hill. Right here. It's kind of funny. Dark Angel Babe, good morning. How was dinner? Dinner was great, Steve. Dad grilled some steaks, man. Some big old porterhouses. Delicious. He's got this thing now where he does like a Southwestern grill style. So he like grilled jalapenos. He grilled corn. He grilled green onions. Oh, man, I love it. I love it because I don't have to cook or do nothing. I just do the cleanup. I always figure, you know, because... You know, if somebody cleans up for me, then like when I'm cooking, then I'll clean up for him when he's cooking type thing. You know, show some respect. Share the load a little bit. Woo! That's awesome. Now, our team must have had a rough time because to pull 5 points, I really didn't do that much, but we still got 5 points. And that's one of the things I've been stressing about this PZ1C, guys. This thing is a great point earner. If you're going for this op right now, the American Dream Machine op, the PZ1C, this bad boy makes you money. It's got amazing firepower. Check it out. It's a tier 3 with 22 firepower. So if you look over at firepower, it says 22 on it. Come over here. Let's go up 2 tiers. Now we're looking at a tier 5 tank. This is a tier 5. We were just looking at a tier 3. And this tier 5's firepower is only 22. Now, I would say getting to the PZ1C as one of your startup tanks, awesome tank to have in your arsenal. Once you upgrade this thing, it's a beast. But it's in the German light line, guys. So it is, as you go to, say, the next tank, the Lukes, you start playing up to 7s. So this is a tier 4 tank that can play to tier 7s. That can be quite dangerous, man. At the same time, though, the Lukes is a badass little war machine. So if you get into the light line and you're just loving this PZ1C and you think, all right, well, I want to keep going, then go for it. If that fits your style of play. But if the lights are too hard and you're exploding too much, then try the mediums or try the heavies. I think the heavy lines are some of the best lines to start out with early. I'm great, Dark Angel Babe. How are you and the next generation of the gamers? Shout out to the babies. Dark Angel Babe is awesome. What's a good marinade for meat? Oh, well, let's see. Because you don't want to make meat tough, bro. Like, I don't really like to season my meat until right when I'm about to cook it. I would go with like a teriyaki. And if you're gonna buy a teriyaki at the store, I would shop around and kind of check on. And that's if you like the teriyaki flavor. But I would check on the amount of sodium in it, bro, because teriyaki can have a ton of sodium, bro. So be careful. With that, I would never marinate meat for longer than 24 hours, unless I was doing like a brine or something, or pickling something like corned beef. Then you're going to go like 7 days, but that's pretty advanced, and I would definitely read up on how to do that if I were you, rather than trying to pickle something without any knowledge of it. could get dangerous. Look, I've had this meat brining for 7 days. Ah! It was green. You gotta be careful, man. There's some nuances to it. A lot of rinsing, a lot of balancing in the sugar and salt. In the sugar and salt. But, yeah, I like teriyaki marinade myself, bro. And usually what I'll do is I'll get some fresh ginger, and I'll chop up the fresh ginger into really thin slices. Add that fresh ginger in there. Maybe some bell pepper, bro. Then chop it up. Maybe some onion in there. The meat will take up a lot of flavor. But for me, the main thing when cooking meat is make sure that you've got some salt and pepper on it right when you're cooking it. You want to season your meat. Definitely salt, no matter what, Don't go too heavy hand, though. You're not trying to make a salt lick steak or something. Look, this person's eating it. They're like, it's so good. They're drinking a glass of water with each bite. I kind of lean towards Asian flavors, though, myself, bro. And, I find that, using like a low sodium ponzu sauce with like a little mirin, little chopped up ginger, maybe half cup of water, again depending on how much product you're marinating.
Ready to fire.
We always get in the most interesting conversations in here. Alright, so another thing on tanks right here, guys. We could lock onto these targets, but we have no shot on them. So what we do is we can either go closer, kind of survey the map here, you can kind of see the whole map, get an idea for where the flanks are laid out. I recommend never getting out too far into the battlefield without your team. You could run into 10 tanks, and one's never going to beat 10 unless you have like the magic tank, magic miracle tank. Unless you turn into like Sir Tankendorf. Transform. They need to make a game like World of Tanks, but where you're like Transformers, and then when you get together with like your squad, you turn into like a robot. That'd be so epic. What I'm going to try to do is come in on the other side of this KV. So these guys are kind of facing off with them, and that's where his armor is going to be strongest. So I'm going to kind of just come over the hill here and try to engage the KV from behind. We're just going to kind of take it slow at the moment, kind of mess with them, harass them. If I start taking too much fire, we'll definitely pull back up to our guys. These KVs, though, their weak spots are going to be their sides and their butts. Their sides and their butts. Yay! But our weak spot is our butt, too. Never let them see your butt. Keep that butt concealed. Blue Nose, hello, sir. Ooh, I like chicken with sriracha there, Ricky. I like chicken with sriracha. I like sriracha a lot, but again, be careful with sriracha because sometimes people won't like it as much as maybe you do. Like, my dad hates sriracha, dude. Like, if he knows, and I always try to sneak it in the marinades. I'm like, psst, psst, little squirt of sriracha in there. But he knows, dude, he does not like anything spicy. So just be careful on the person's palate you're cooking for. Let's see if we can't wing back in around on this guy here. Oh, what do we got over there? Got an M4. Hello, Mr. M4. You got a Ram. You're always going to be a little less accurate while firing too, guys, while moving. Ooh, not good, not good. We got the Fuego power. We got the El Fuego. Here's this KV. Oh! The old T1 knocked us out. T1 knocked us out. I think our team's got a good chance of pulling the win here. I don't know if it's going to be a points game, but it could be. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go All right, man. Shout out to Logan. Mm. The coffee. The coffee. All right, let's look around and see what our guys got going on, because the Artie just got buttoned up. I tried to come back and save him, but it was a little ambitious. Our guys are in a tight spot, man. They need to work together. They need to work together. Fight as one, men! I'm glad to hear that you're doing good, Dark Angel, babe. Well, this one looks like it might take a little while as it draws out, so we'll go ahead and jump into another battle. Oh, I'd love to see Logan. Alright, so our next tier tank. Let's see here, Batman. I think we'll go ahead and take out... the Bulldog again. Mr. Bulldog. What? Navy Warmonger? Hello, sir. Clink to our friend. The coffee is so good. The coffee is so good. I love coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee, coffee. I love coffee, dude. That'd be like the saddest thing. I tell you, I always have like 10 bags of coffee up there, because like the day that the coffee stops flowing, there'll be blood in the streets. They've taken my coffee. Oh, man. Let's see what we got here. This is a good... Ooh, we got 10s. We got 3 10s on each... Oh, 4 10s on that side and 3 on ours. Urgh. They got more 9s than us, too. Ouch! This is quite a little mix-mash spread here. More 9s and more 10s for the enemy. It means we're just going to have to play better. We're going to have to play smart. I'm doing great. No hope for you, noob. Life is good, my friend. Life is good. You know, I don't think you could ever have a bad day when you're, like, playing World of Tanks, you know, or any video game. You know, just being here on Xbox with the awesome community, being here on Twitch with the awesome community. It is a good life. It is a good, good life. Alright, now we're going to come right here. I kind of like to bring my scout tank to this line. I don't like to go past it. I kind of like to ride this hill right here a little bit. See what we see out there. We got a Bat Chat out there. That's some big guns. We got a JPEG E100. That thing hits me. I'm just going to turn into a pile of feathers. Just going to become a feather top. Look like a pillow with a hole in it. But I want to try to keep them spotted up just for things like that so our Artie can hit. That's what a scout tank's basic mission's going to be. You know, taking out Artie, doing some great sick shots when you can while moving. But definitely keeping low and kind of just revealing the targets. I think that a lot of it will come from experience too, like learning the maps and stuff where you engage. For me, a lot of it comes from spots where I've previously died, where I went a little too far.
Ready to fire on target.
Nice, buddy. Yeah, I'm about to go to the T49, man. I'm really excited. I'm at 100,000 on this bad boy. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting that T49. All right, it's time to shake and bake. Never want to get cornered in. Never want to get cornered in, you know. One tank tracks you, the next tank vaporizes you, especially with those big tier 10s. We're going to kind of keep moving back towards our guys. Kind of seeing how our team's moving up, you know. Now this guy potentially has the option of being prey. But we got to be smart about it because he could be a problem for our life force.
Ready to fire.
Especially if we start going slow. And he gets a lot of backup. What? Don Berto, hello, sir. Well, shout out to Don Berto and the school children. Hello, kid. Hello, children. Playing some World of Tanks today. Shout out to the next generation of gamers. Oh man, that was always so much fun. Always loved gaming.
Ready to fire on target.
Ooh, we got him in the magazine. Aww.
Gun loaded.
Shout out to the next generation of gamers. When I was a kid, I learned so much about Chinese history and from Romancing the Three Kingdoms. That was great for learning about Chinese history, ancient China, and also about managing like crops and doing mathematics on it. And then SimCity taught me a lot about like planning and building and stuff. You can learn a lot from a video game. Never stop learning.
Ready to fire on target. Enemies got us in their sights.
I love the feeling of the light tanks. It's like, it feels sometimes like, especially when you know the map and everything's kind of lining up perfectly, it feels like you're flying, just kind of flying through the battlefield. Looks like this fatherland's kind of sitting back and guarding his artillery. Props to him. Props to the fatherland.
Enemies looking right at us. Focus on this area.
Ooh-wee. Tried to read chat while driving, while doing 75 kilometers.
Got a lock. Loaded and ready.
Ooh, that was not good. Oh, the waffle.
Everyone out.
Uncle Waffle out here. Ooh, he's got stripes on his barrel. This guy knows his waffle. Grr. Well, my scout tank, it lived a fast life and it died a fast death. Yes, guys, if you don't have me on Twitter, you can get me on Twitter. We're definitely on there. We are getting so close in this Bulldog to the next tier. We're at 99. That game, if they pull a miracle win there, we might go to next tier, but it'll be close. Alrighty. Sure now, here, Batman. Ooh, I can't wait to play Injustice next week and do like Batman voices. So, Batman, you think you can take Bane's Backbreaker? Play as Darkseid and be like, alright, Superman, I'm gonna punch you into a supernova. A kebab restaurant, Steve. That's not a bad idea. You know, I love shawarma, bro. And, like, the way that it's done, you know, traditionally, stacking delectable meats and shaving off fine slices and making sandwiches and falafel. Kebabs are cool, though, bro. I always burn the crap out of myself when I'm cooking kebabs because I forget about the metal skewer and I'm like, psah! Ah! Wear gloves. Oh, man. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What's in the box?
Alright, man.
Alright, Sand River. This is an awesome map.
Let's roll.
The River of the Sand. Guys, be careful in your tanks, like jumping off edges and stuff too, because you will explode. So look for the natural pass in the terrain, rather than trying to like Dukes of Hazzard this thing off like a cliff, like ba da 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 da. Now I'm going to take kind of like the left flank route here. And hopefully, if all goes well, we're going to skirt up this hill over here and kind of look down the valley on the guys. But there's always a chance that we'll get up here and there could be some enemy tanks that are coming on this flank on their right flank. Well, sure. Looks good so far. Looks good so far. All right. All right. We're going to proceed forward. We're living dangerously. We're trying to sneak in the back door.
Ready to fire on target. Penetration. Enemy exposed.
Ooh-wee.
They've spotted us. Good clean hit. Our viewport inadequate. Drive is blind.
All right.
Viewfinder repaired. We pierced their armor. Enemies got us in their sights. Nice job. That one drilled straight through.
Yeah, boys. That PZ-1C's gun, man. Fun gun. The fun gun. All right, though, but we don't have much health left, so we got to be smart. All right, man. Shout out to the children. Remember, listen to your parents. Eat your vegetables. Listen to your teachers. That is the productivity of a good life, man. School is cool. Absolutely. Well, most of our team is blown up here. I'm going to try to come in and save this guy. We'll be like, I'm going to save you, Artie! Artie's like, I don't need you to save me. I got Matilda over there.
Target locked. They've spotted us. Unlocking target.
We are flying. Woo!
All our artillery has been destroyed.
We're down to 2 tanks. Ooh, Supernatural 2-hour season finale next week. 17. What will happen? I'm a huge Supernatural fan. I've been watching a ton of American Gods lately. A ton of, oh, that Matilda, yikes. This is not looking good over here. This was not looking good. Well, hello, Naughty. Thanks for the host, buddy.
Fall back.
I've been great, bro. I've been great, man. How have you been? Woo! How many points did we get? Did we score another 5 points? We did, guys. Now, right now, one of the reasons that I've been stressing so much on this PZ-1C, guys, is that this is a point maker. This tank right here, if you're going for this op to earn tanks, and you're new to tanks, I recommend going up the German line. You're going to start out with the L tractor here. Then you're going to go, let's take a look on the German family tree here. So you're going to start at the L tractor. It's probably going to take you about 2 or 3 games to get through the Tier 1 L tractor. Then you're going to head over to this PZ. Actually, you're going to go down to the PZ1, all the way down here on the bottom, the light PZ1. Now, once you go from the PZ1 to Tier 3 is the PZ1C, and that's the tank I've been riding a lot of. That tank is phenomenal for making points for this op right here, guys. So don't miss out on that, because this op right here is an awesome op that Wargaming's put in here. Literally, at 225 points, you can win a Locust tank. That's the Tier 3. We're just fighting one of those. It's a great tank. At 350 points, 7 days of premium. 500 points, you could get the Ripper, guys, which is an interesting tank. 650 points, the Lycan, which is an amazing autoloader, light scout tank. The 825 points, the Brazilian Bulldog, that thing is a monster. And finally, the one I'm going for here, the T95E2. Guys, there's still 16 days to earn these points. I've got 419, and this little gem right here, the PZ1C, has definitely helped me make a lot of points. So check it out. Go through the upgrades. It's not going to start out the fiercest fighter on the battlefield. You're going to have to play it a few times and upgrade these guns. But once you get to this final gun that I'm using right here, the 2cm Flak 38, man, that thing is a monster of the battlefield. You can see it right there, man. Like a long rifled automatic 3cm just beast thing. And a lot of people, you know, are putting AP rounds on it, guys. But I haven't used any AP rounds. Now, you could potentially spend money on those if you wanted. I'm just using the standard rounds with it, and I'm having a lot of 5-point games. So you get a little bit more penetration with the AP rounds, but I don't think you necessarily really need to bring them. But that's just my opinion. I like to put some gasoline on it under consumables, a fire extinguisher, and a repair kit in case I get tracked. And then I do have some equipment on it. I got a enhanced gun lane drive, which lets me aim a little bit better. I got a spall liner on it because I've been getting into such close quarter stuff. I've been getting rammed a lot. And I still have a spot open where potentially maybe a toolbox on there, maybe coated optics. You know, I really like to make these tanks earn the silver, though, that you spend on them. So I kind of maybe enhance springs, too, so that if I jump, I land a little bit more delicately. Mr. Barbecue, sushi box for the win? All right, that sounds delicious. Oh, I love a good sushi boat, Naughty. Yeah, boy. Oh, man. I love the presentation in that when they just bring it out and it's just gorgeous. I had my first sushi boat. I was 6 years old. My parents took me to the sushi bar and they were like, oh, we'll get Willie some tempura or something, you know. He's not going to want to, you know, try raw fish. And they walked by me with the sushi boat and I was like, Daddy, I want one of those. And so my dad ordered me like the mini sushi boat, the one that's like this big. Oh, man. Began a love affair with it. I love it. I absolutely love sushi. Hey, Toxic Assassin. How you doing? Food Jace. Hello, sir. Oh, yeah. You got to share us. That's one of my favorite things about going to the sushi bar. A lot of times you'll see me focusing on what I'm eating, but I'll also be talking to the other customers, sharing sake with them, sharing sake with the chef. It's fun. It's a kind of like a communal thing at the sushi bar. You know, everybody's talking. You might have somebody there that's a little squeamish, like, dude, what's that? Oh, it's an oyster shooter. What's in it? Oysters and a quail egg and sake. I don't know, man. I'll buy you one, bro. Try it. And then you see their face light up. Either they love it or they hate it. You know, some people just don't like fish. I've learned that from my cousin Summer. My cousin Summer will not eat fish. I mean, nothing. No fish. No fish for her ever. She's not allergic to it. It's not something she doesn't, but she does not eat fish, man. No to the fish. Some people love fish. All right, guys, so check this out. This is the newest map out right now in World of Tanks, as far as I know. I don't think there's any newer ones than this, and it's pretty interesting because basically it's like, it reminds me a lot of the Arden map. Let's take a little look at it here on the map. I just kind of want to get in position. It seems like they come out of this flag and either you get a big army over here on this flank or you get a lot spread out through the city right here, kind of fighting on these different causeways and stuff. It's a pretty darn interesting map. I tell you what, man, World of Tanks, they put out some badass maps. The maps are as much a star as anything in the game.
Enemy exposed. Enemy
I'm
spread.
gonna back off, though. I don't want to stand toe-to-toe with that M6. I knew I could stand toe-to-toe against that Tier 4. Ooh, I got something coming in on the flank here.
Enemy's got us in their
Mr. Flanky.
That one drilled.
Get rammed. Woo! God, I love this PZ-54. Such a fun tank to drive. Be careful out here. Crossing those causeways could definitely be dangerous early on. Right, good job, team. Let's go ahead, though. It looks like our guys got a nice little lead going on these guys. I think going across here might be the way to go. Sometimes you got to know when to push the envelope here.
I see one of them. Enemies got us in their sights.
Not quite sure what that is over there.
See one. Ready to fire on target.
Got some big stuff still over here.
Loaded and ready.
Man, that guy's hitting me hard. Let's see if we can't find their arty.
Enemies looking right at us. Target locked. Frag hit.
There he is. Arty, we're coming to cancel your party. He's gonna be like, no, Chef, I'm gonna shotgun you in the face. And I'm gonna be like, no, Arty, you must die. And he's gonna be like, no, Chef, you're gonna die. I'm gonna be like, no. Ah! And the Arty's like, no, you're gonna die. No, Arty, no. Steve, it all depends on the thickness of the fish, brother, what type you're cooking, whether you have the skin on it, whether the skin's off it. Say like a standard salmon fillet, 350. I soak the wood plank in a little bit of water, brother, because you don't want the wood plank to burn. And I would say, you know, with fish, again, it just depends on the size. Like if you're doing chopped up fillets, like say 3 fillets on it, or one massive one probably anywhere between 30 to 20 minutes, you know, 20 to 30 minutes. And if you're doing individual fillets, I would say 20 minutes. Give them at least a good cook time at about 325. And you can always tell when fish is done, just either visually or just be very careful. You don't want to burn yourself. Just take 2 fingers, kind of touch down on the fish. If it's real firm, it's done. If it's soft, it's probably still got some cook time. With fish, I kind of like mine a little al dente, man. I eat so much sushi, bro, that I'd rather have my fish a little undercooked than overcooked anytime. You know, if you're getting like, I don't want my fish to come out and be like the consistency of, say, like canned tuna, where it's just super flaky and super like dry. I want it to have some moisture, have some life in it. I know, brother. I know. Everybody makes me hungry in here, Phoenix. They make me hungry. You definitely want to soak those planks, though, Steve, because the planks are going to have tendency to burn, bro. So I usually soak mine for about 20 minutes before cook time. Pull them out, let them sit for about 10-15 minutes so they still have some moisture in them, but they're basically dry. You know, they're not sopping wet or anything like that. And then let them go, because otherwise they do have the tendency to burn. Just depending if you're going to use them once too. Cedar works amazing, bro. Cedar's where it's at. First cup of coffee down. Woo! Let's try to refill. We're refilling. Oh, bro, hell yeah. Definitely, man. You know, Steve, I'm looking at a little spot that my uncle, he's been buying condos and apartments and stuff up by you, man. I might be up in your area later this year, man. I've been looking at, again, a couple spots between Sacramento and Auburn. Kind of ready for a little bit of a change. You know, SoCal's awesome down here, but it's just so expensive, man. It's almost like you work just to pay bills down here and stuff, dude. So I'm kind of looking for a little bit more. Maybe also a little change of scenery. It would be. I think it'd be good too. You know, lately I hear my dad talking about wanting to take like forest walks and stuff and go fishing in the lakes and rivers and stuff, and there's just really not that much of that down here. But I'll find us a great sushi bar up there, brother. I promise, man. I have a tendency to sniff them out. They just opened a Nobu by my house, man. Everybody's been like, dude, you going over to Nobu? One thing about it is I'm not really a big fan of formal sushi bars. I don't like where you can't talk, you know. I like a more laid-back sushi bar where they're not too concerned if you talk or you drink or you start singing a song, where the chefs are happy to have a cold beer with you.
He's gone. Find us another target.
All right. Woohoo! God, I love tanks. So much fun. Yeah, Oregon's cool, bro. I don't know. You know, I'm kind of myself feeling like I'd like to see snow and more rain and stuff. You know, I've been down here, and I love the beach, and I love the town, and I love the people. But again, I hate the prices. You know, this is a 2-bedroom here, and it's, you know, $2,400 a month. I mean, it's super expensive. Where I could get a bigger spot up there for like potentially 14 or 16. So yeah, you know, one thing with me is I've never been afraid to change my scenery. My uncle's talking about buying a restaurant and stuff, and you know, I'd basically go up there and do some advice and consulting for him. He wants to start a barbecue joint, and I'm like, dude, I am your man. I have ran many a smoker, many of an industrial smoker. Barbecue is so much fun. I don't think you'll ever really find somebody that doesn't like BBQ, man. BBQ is popular pretty much like anywhere you go. Alright guys, so let's talk a little bit about tanks right here. This map is the Siegfried line, and this map is awesome. That is a tier 5 right there, so I'm not going to want to tangle with him too much. Definitely highlight him. Maybe come in for a finishing shot on him. I love the freedom of mobility of the lighter tanks, man. The ability to flank.
They've destroyed one of our tanks. We hit them hard.
Shoot the keyhole. Those guys are like, what the hell was that? You know, you just blasted through. I'm going to be making a bit. Oh, that PZ-1C just ruined my life. Oh, PZ-1C, you're cruel. Or Panzer. Ow, man. He shot me with this orbital nuclear cannon. Look at that thing. Ah, howitzer. Howie. I have not played Little Nightmare, Swagathors. I've heard good things about it, though. I know some of our viewers have played it. You know, I have been on such a World of Tanks grind. I've played one other game besides World of Tanks in the last 2 months. Basically, I played, well, actually 2. I played some Plague Inc. and I played some Prey when it came out. But I have been, like, just grinding, just kind of hooked on tanks, man. But I hear good things about Little Nightmares. I haven't played it myself, though, so I can't give it a rating or anything as far as the show's ratings go. But I've heard word of mouth, been really nice. All right, so check this out, guys. 99,000 here in our Bulldog. We are so close to the next tier tank, to the T-49. We need 101,000. We've got 99. One good game, and we could be in our new ride, man. Oh, it's all good, bro. We can ask if anybody in here. Oh, the Chafee's really fast. Food Jace, that's pretty much going to be like about the set of any tank. I think the fastest tank I have is actually a Soviet Tier 6 Scout. We'll take a little look at that next. It is, I mean, that thing's doing like 80 kilometers. It's fast, dude, way fast. But 70, the Bulldog, the PZ-1C, several other light tanks definitely boogie around that area, boogie around about 70 kilometers, which, you're going to get into the battle fast, you're going to get out of the battle fast, but if they shoot you, I only got hit one time last game, and it took off all my health, and then the next guy that hit me killed me. So, got to balance that, like, low armor. This is another awesome map, guys. When we talk about, like, learning from this game, Overlord here is based off of D-Day, and that was actually the code word for D-Day. The operation was Operation Overlord. And, I mean, basically, I think what Wargaming did is they kind of compressed a couple of the areas, like between Omaha, Gold, and like Juneau, and like kind of just brought in some of those elements and show a demonstration of as you can see, the gliders coming ashore, the burned out bunkers, the cliffside, and then the beach down here, right here, which, if you've seen movies like Saving Private Ryan, I mean, that was a meat grinder down there. Always love. I'm so excited for Treyarch and them going back to World War II. I loved Call of Duty 2, which was done by Infinity Ward, but their representation of World War II, man, was epic. It was epic, epic, epic. I'm gonna try to spot for these guys down here. As you can see, there's the landing craft coming ashore and stuff like that. The gliders actually dropping paratroopers out. The burned out bunkers up here and stuff, and they actually were pinned down on the beach, and guys scaled these walls and stuff. The Rangers did. I mean, such an epic ooh, mama, we gotta watch out for him. We don't want to run into him. I'm sorry, sir, I don't want to fight you. I'm a pacifist, but my brother the Patton over here, get him, Mr. Patton. Got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them with these tanks, man. Ow!
He hit one of our tracks.
He did more than hit our track. He did 300 points of damage with one shot. Oh, I'm humbled, bro. History was my favorite subject in school. It was, history and, of course, lunch. Lunch was always a lot of fun. I was the only guy in my home economic class. That led a long way into my cooking. My stepdad is like, Willie, you know about cooking. You can always find a job anywhere if you can cook. And I was like, yeah, Jack, that's awesome. So I signed up for home economics my freshman year, and I was the only guy, which was cool. It was like kind of like being a little bit of a uniqueness, being unique in there. And awesome learning experience and stuff. We had great teachers, and that definitely went a long way for culinary school, because they were like, this guy's interested in cooking.
Penetration.
What's up? Oh, no, don't track me. No, I just got tracked in front of King Kong. Oh. No, look at me. Oh, running away. Run away. Run away. Oh, I expect to explode any second. Oh, I can't believe I got out of that. Oh, no, I didn't make it. Oh, no. Well, you know what, Phoenix? I've always said that's what Call of Duty needed to do. What happened with Call of Duty, and to me what kind of got sad with it, is the term "you're a camper" became a negative term about people. And they'd be like, oh, this guy's just a camper. And so the bigwigs and the producers and the developers of Call of Duty, and, through esports and stuff, you're seeing guys, jumping through the air, twirling with their sniper rifle, shooting 3 guys, throwing a tomahawk, hand grenade out, they're running on the wall, they're jetpacking across. And yeah, that's cool, that's flashy, that's showy. And gamers that get into that know what they're doing. They can be beasts on those battlefields. But it also made the game go stagnant. It basically turned into 6-on-6, run out as fast as you can, try to get a snook. You know, everybody wanted to get a snook after Modern Warfare 2. And for me, I like to be a sniper. When I was playing those games originally, like Call of Duty 2 and World at War, I like to sit back, have my Claymore set up, have my Bouncing Betty set up, you know, and pull long shots. I didn't want to be a sniper that jumped out a window, did 3 twirls through the air, and shot 4 guys. That was never my style of play. And so to have somebody say, "Oh, you're camping! Oh, you're camping!" and to have the game developers develop their game in such a way that if you did get dug into a spot, then immediately, if your team pushed forward, the enemy would spawn behind you, making any kind of tactical positioning worthless. I was never a fan of that. And so I would love to see them get into bigger maps, get into a more realistic style of warfare where, you know, you're setting up in a clock tower, you're setting up in a windmill, very similar to how Battlefield 1 is, where you got a lot of room to fight, snipe. I'd like to see them bring vehicles back. You know, they put tanks in World at War, but then they took tanks out because people were crying because guys like me were getting 50 kill sprees in the tanks and just wiping out the whole other team. Rather than the team working together with some Panzer Shreks and taking us out, they, you know, would just cry about it, and they ended up taking tanks out of the game. I say that's the worst thing ever, is when the community, you know, is being ruled by these guys that go, "Oh, he's a camper. He's a camper." That to me made Call of Duty, the last 4 editions of it, just boring. Like, all right, you know, my buddy that's drank 8 Red Bulls is going to go out now and shoot 9 guys while he jumps out the window with his pistol across the map. I never really got it. I didn't get into it. I know, I thought I was making it too food, Jace, but no. I lived dangerously. I went over that hill. I should have doubled back. I should have ran away. I got ambitious, you know. I was like, all right, I'm going to pop over. I'm going to try to, you know, kill this guy. But a guy that was way back there tracked me right in front of that PZ. You know, I'm looking forward to Destiny 2, but what I'm looking forward with Destiny is the cooperative play. Now, I never really got too into Destiny 1. I actually started playing Destiny 1 last year, and we did a little bit in the broadcast here. We went and killed Scrotum, or Scrota, or whatever, or Croatia, or whatever his name was. But to me, I would love to, like, get into that cooperative play and, like, kind of learn, like, all the stuff. I don't mind grinding. I grind every day here on World of Tanks, so I don't mind grinding out. I want a game with a kind of like a more, kind of like a bigger story, you know. I'd love like an epic story to participate in, kind of, you know. That definitely appeals to me. All right, so we got to be really careful here on this map. We're running the TD. And this is an awesome map where basically this is going to become Death Valley down here. And over here is a potential side flanking route right here. And then you got city fighting over here. And depending on how many of our guys come into this valley, we're either going to have to take a defensive position and try to stop these guys from coming up and over straight in on this right flank. It's going to be interesting because we don't have a lot of reinforcements over here. And they're already can really be effective, like trying to dig in right here. Their arty can potentially come right over this hill where this tree is and just neutralize us. So even digging in and trying to hold it defensively can be a challenge in this spot. Be a real potential challenge, but somebody's got to do it. Whether I'd rather be at the other side of the map or somewhere else, still got to try to hold in. I have not tried Paladins. I've had some videos sent to me from Paladins, and it looks a lot like Overwatch, yeah. It's free to play. I mean, you can download and play Paladins for free right now. You know, it's a free-to-play game.
The enemy knows our location.
Ooh, we got a nice hit on that 103 right there. But now we got a long reload time.
Enemy exposed. We've got a lock. We got him. Locked on.
Looks like this flank's about to fall.
Target locked. He's gone. Find us another target.
I don't think we're going to be able to hold.
Locked on. Locked and loaded. They destroyed one of our tanks. Enemies looking right at us. Focus attention here. They've spotted us. They've destroyed one of our tanks.
Oh, man, I did all that I could do, but I don't know, man. That flank right there, now it's going to depend on what happens with our other tanks, like on the battlefield. Looks like these guys are having a ramming contest in the city over here. These guys, when see, this is, you got what do we got? Six tanks over here. It's like they got to get through there, you know. If you're going to leave a flank with only 4 defenders, where we defended this side pretty well, you got if you're going to push through this side, you got to make the push. So now it's going to be a race, and this guy over here, let's see who our last defender is over here. This guy right here is our last defender. I don't even think he's playing. Oh, that's harsh. Yeah, he's not even playing. Definitely could have used the gun. Definitely could have used the gun. If I were the enemy, I'd blow this guy up, try to come over here and take this flag from us right now. Our only hope of defense over here is that Artie, but he can't hold out too long by himself. He's got a long reload. And these guys right here have to push this sector. So I'm going to kind of just tell them on the map, like, guys, you got to push that sector or we're done. So it could go either way up. They're already on our base capping, so they're going for the make it happen capping. It's an interesting nuance. You know, I wouldn't say anybody did anything wrong in this game. I'd say everybody played really well, you know, but tanks is more than just one person, more than just one personality. It gets down to, if you want to be successful, if you always want to be winning, you got to watch what's going on and try to help your team push through. I think Overwatch is pretty cool. I think Overwatch is pretty awesome, man. I suck at it, though. It's just one of those games that I didn't get into, so when I try to play it, I'm like, what the hell is that? And there's a guy like Hanzo shooting me in the face with an arrow, arrow to my knee. But I think Overwatch is actually a pretty cool game. Now, as far as Paladins go, I haven't played it. I know it's popular. If I'm going to play a free-to-play game, I'm playing my World of Tanks here, man. I am so hooked on this game. I love this game so much. Let's take out our 1C again here. And so here we go in our PZ-1C. Sorry guys, had a little lapse in the mic there. Back to Sand River. Alright, yeah. Send me any screenshots you'd like, buddy. We're always happy. You got a great group of people here that will check out videos, check out screenshots. You know, I do have a club here on Xbox One, and, you know, the club is awesome. It's got awesome members. It's a great place to find people to play different games. It's just a great place to share your stuff with.
I see one of them. They're hit.
Little rodeo right here.
Enemy armor is damaged.
It's got a...
Looks like that one went right through.
It's the rodeo. Dun 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 rodeo. Nothing like a good rodeo.
They've spotted us.
That is a tier 4. We gotta be careful with them. Whoa, mama.
Unlocking target. Gun loaded.
We're going in hot. We're going in hot to trot.
We got it.
Ooh, we're living dangerously, friends.
Looks like that one went right through.
Ba-da-da-dee-dee-dee.
Nice shot. Destroyed.
Woo! Taking them to the rodeo.
Sights. They're hit. Dropping target. Nice shot. One of our tracks is damaged.
Oh, they tracked us, man. Tracking us is no good.
Trap repaired. Drive on.
Gotta keep moving.
We've reached the enemy base.
That's why I keep a repair kit on here, guys, in case we get the tracking.
We didn't penetrate their armor. The track
At
is
tier
damaged.
4, I'm not getting through his armor that well.
Bail out.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
base was hacked.
But 2 kills, 38 penetrations. This could be a points game. Well, hello to Arranging Death. How is the next generation of tankers, bro? That tweet you sent me made my day, bro. That made my day. Shout out to you and your sons. I wish them the best luck on tanks. Let's go ahead and check in on some of our compatriots here and see how they're doing. They're still coming down the road. I've already been over at the enemy base. I was driving around the enemy flag. I tell you what, though. You get like 4 or 5 guys running those PZ-1Cs or running the Locusts like that, and it's so much fun. You know, you and your buddies are laughing. I shot some video of us doing a PZ-1C rush yesterday, which was pretty darn amazing. This guy better watch his back. That tank killer in front of him is going to pack some heat. I don't know. This one could go either way. Our Artie is really going to need to have... Oh, I was going to say he was going to need to have a big game, but the enemy's got a good chance of definitely pulling the win here. See how this takes off. This guy's chasing. He's got his chase going. Ha! That's awesome, bro. When I was a kid, there was a game at the arcade, and it was a tank game, and it was, you know, rudimentary graphics by today's standards, but you actually like put your head in like a goggles. You had like a joystick to fire. Oh, that game was awesome. Guys, I'm super excited for Injustice 2 next week, so if you guys are picking up that game and you want to battle, you know, we're going to probably go between doing Fight Club the first day, if the lobby system's how we want it, and also checking out the story on it. I find the Injustice's story to be better than most superhero movies they make, so I'm really excited to see how the story on Injustice 2 works out, because the Injustice 1 story was amazing. Awesome. Well, I'm not sure in Range Gnome on the price on Scorpio. We're going to be at the Xbox press reveal less than a month from now. I believe it's June 9th. and I think we'll hear a price point on Scorpio there. Usually that's when they've announced the price points in the last couple years for the next gen systems. The Xbox One's price was announced at the press reveal. The 360's price was announced at the press reveal. So if I had to say a date and everything, I think it'll be available November 15th, 2017, and I'm thinking between $400 and $600 on the price range. That's what I really am considering. At least that's what I've heard. Yeah, hey guys, we're gonna film and shoot some video of it and stuff. But remember, you're gonna have an option on your Xbox to watch the whole thing. Woohoo! Another 5-point game, guys. Another 5-point game, man. Whoop, 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 whoop. The PZ1C making those points. Woo, dog. I tell you, we're moving right along towards our goal. Oh, man, our goal of getting to, we're at 430 points out of 1,000. Our goal is to get to 1,000 points. We have 16 more days to do it. Definitely moving right along towards it. All right, so our Bulldog. Let's try to get that win we've been searching for in it. Oh, hey, Chicken. Shout out to Chicken. Chicken, good. I think I'm going to cook some chicken tomorrow night. Chicken. I got a whole chicken in there, brother. I've been on this chicken parm kick lately, but I've been doing it with the whole chicken. So what I do is I basically take the chicken, rinse it out, clean it out, dry it off. Always be real careful about cross-contamination when doing that, guys. If you're touching raw chicken, then say you grab a salt shaker, you touch your sink's turn-on valve. Remember, any of those things you could potentially pass, streptococca, you could pass salmonella, all sorts of bad viruses and stuff. So be really careful. Always wash your hands with hot water and soap after handling raw chicken. But I'm going to take that whole chicken, I'm going to lay it out on my cookie sheet. I'm going to grate up some aged Parmesan. I'm actually going to pull back the chicken skin, shove the Parmesan up under there. We'll put in a little green olive, almost like a tapenade, a little bit of caper, and then just get those like Spanish flavors going. And so that literally when you cut through the chicken, the flavors are sealed between the skin and the meat. It's one of the things with chicken, when you're seasoning it, a lot of times your seasonings are going to tend to stick onto the skin. But if you reach up under the skin, it'll actually feel kind of like a latex glove. And you can actually pull that skin all the way back. You don't want to remove the skin completely. Just kind of get your hand under there. Oh my God, you can stuff it with anything in your imagination. I'll put some like crushed up fennel seed in there. Yep, chicken good. Oh yeah, and then I usually put some green apple in there. Really either pulse it in the food processor or mince it with the knife. Kids, never mess around with knives. Make sure you got your parents handling all knife work. Knives. Ah! There goes the finger.
Alright, man, we've got enemies.
Alright, guys, Port. This is an awesome map. Again, all sorts of flanking avenues. No arty on the other side of the battlefield. We are playing up to 8s right now. We're in a 7. You're going to, usually in a light tank like this, you're going to play up a few tiers, so kind of expect that. What I'm going to kind of do is just mosey on over here and hide out in these like mine hills and kind of look towards the enemy over there, and we should see some potential bogeys. It's one of the few times I don't rush around necessarily, but I kind of just look for targets and kind of use the terrain here for cover. It's good for spots. It's good for letting your team know what's coming their way. Definitely don't want to get hit by anything big out there.
Dropping target.
I think Port's one of my favorite maps because it's so clever in its design. It's like teammates going to join me over here. I kind of like it too because you kind of just pop out and harass the enemy. They pop back. And if they have Artie, guys, Artie can totally nail you over this, but I checked, they don't have any Artie on either team, so I'm just kind of staying. And if they come out here and corner me, I'm going to try to run away. Basically going to try to run for it.
Target locked. They've spotted us.
That Oni out there, I'm just bouncing on him. That's a Japanese heavy. That thing, it's like a battleship on land.
Ready to fire on target. It's like we're shooting spitballs.
It's like we're shooting spitballs.
We just dinged them. Enemy is hit. Enemy's looking right at us. Target locked. Reloading.
Our guy's calling, oh, SOS.
Ready to fire on target.
I'm going to try to help him out.
Enemy's got us in their sights.
Rodeo, rodeo, rodeo.
That one real
Not
straight
good,
through.
not good. Oh, it was a bridge too far. Too far, too deep into enemy lines. Ooh, taquitos. I love a good beef taquito dish. Some shredded taquitos. Now, we might get to our next tank on this one. It could be really close. The T-49 could be within our reach as soon as this round is over. Very nice. Very nice. It's nice. Alrighty, as we jet around between our lucky tanks that we've been using to make a lot of points with, let's go back over to our PZ-54. And you are right here, Mr. PZ. You know what I love with taquitos is that it's just awesome finger food, Steve. You know, you get some shredded beef in there, shredded chicken, whatever you like, some guacamole dip, oh, maybe a little sour cream and salsa, and you can just dip them. Dip them and munch on them, man. Dip and munch. Ooh, Pearl River. This is another very interesting map. I usually find myself kind of over by the B9 line or the B8 line, and I kind of like to try to like catch the enemy advance on that flank. And also, depending on what tank I'm in, there's lots of flanking options through the center there, through the mountains and stuff. So this is one of my favorite maps in the entire game. Great map. Beautifully designed, beautiful scenery, beautiful for the imagination. Imagination land. I watch so much South Park. Oh my God, I'm like a South Park aficionado. I've watched Make Love Not Warcraft about 10 times in the last 3 weeks. That one always makes me laugh. Get ready for some Uber ponage. Oh man. I never really played Warcraft. My buddy and my cousins really were into it. I was kind of like, by the time Warcraft came out, I was mostly playing like Call of Duty and Gears of War. By the time Warcraft got really big. But I love that South Park. I find that one so funny. How do we kill that which has no life? We can't entrust the sword of 1,000 truths to a noob. So funny. This could be the end of the world of Warcraft. I like to come out to like right about here on this map and just kind of see what comes around this valley, but we only got one tank following us on this flank, so this could get real dangerous real quick. Real dangerous.
We got him.
Ramming speed!
They're knocked down.
Oh!
Enemy in sight. Ready to fire on target.
Remember when I say this could get real dangerous? Here is the danger. We don't want to encounter too many tanks, man. Oh no, we're on fire! No, fire out! Never gonna win against this many tanks, man. I came up way too far, too fast. Let's see, is anybody gonna join us over there? No, so that entire flank is gonna collapse now. That's on me. I should have paid attention and seen that my team was a little reluctant to leave the initial spawn. And that could be anything. It could just be they don't know the map. It could just be that they like to go this way when they play. But yeah, that whole right flank now is potentially open, which if these guys on the enemy team can hold this pass and keep these guys all bottled up here, then the enemy's probably just going to storm down this valley we came down and have full access to our base. It's going to be interesting. That one not looking too good for our team. Remember Star Wars? Remember Stormtroopers? Not those Stormtroopers, other Stormtroopers. Oh, I love that, dude. That show's so good. That show's so much fun, so fun. What's up, Cornish boss? How you doing? Watch out for Moobot. Moobot's like, no, you shall not cuss. Ah, no worries, dude. We, I keep Moobot on here to definitely watch the, profanity and stuff. It's like this morning, Sir Don Berto brought in his class of children to hang out before they went to recess. And I always just try to keep an atmosphere that is light, funny, relaxed and stuff. But at the same time, if my younger cousins are watching or, my, cousins' children are watching or something like that, it's a nice atmosphere, bro. Or if we're being visited by Don Berto and his awesome class of school children, we try to keep it pretty light. But, yeah, man, we always welcome you. No worries. No worries. Alright, so what do we got? What do we got? We got 5s. Woo-wee. Tier 3 in a Tier 5 world. This could get dangerous. This could get dangerous. This could get quite dangerous. Well, Cornish, I don't really think that so much as bad players. I just think that you got, like, a lot of new people. Ooh, that guy killed himself on the other side. Listen, not an awesome. Awesome! Everybody's like, yeah! I just think that, it's like anything else. Some days you'll have amazing teams, and other days you'll get teams of where your guys are killing themselves or something. The game is so much more than any one person's play. It's so reliant on your team actually working like a unit, cognizant unit. It gets pretty interesting. We don't want nothing to do with that. That is not something we want to fight. Run away. Woo-wee. Time to flee, Batman.
Ready to fire.
Oh, we're getting closed in. They're closing the noose around us. Oh, mama. Woo-wee. Now, hopefully our team realizes that we got a lot of big stuff over here.
Looks like we're shooting
on the other side.
Dropping target. Target locked.
Ooh, mamma mia. Artie's already down over here.
Enemy's got us in their sights.
The Artie's already had his party canceled. Oh, Mr. Locust. Mr. Locust. I don't know, man. Our guys are kind of sticking on this road, so I guess this whole flank's going to be open over here. I kind of felt like going out and kind of exposing that there was a lot of guys over here is not a bad option. But then again, they have a chance of taking all these tanks and just punching through. I mean, that's the other thing is, you know, not necessarily is everybody grouping up on one side a bad decision. I mean, you know, they're making it happen right now. They're taking all this firepower and they're gobbling these guys up while their main heavy tanks that we encountered over here in this area are kind of out of the battlefield. So, again, you know, it just kind of works out organically. Well, shout out to AK Deviator, man. Yeah, no worries, AK. Yeah. Yeah, man. Nah, dude, I don't care. You'll show up when you want to show up, man. You know, life is too short to ever worry about stuff. And when you're sitting here having fun playing a video game, I think the last thing I'm ever going to do is be stressed out about anything. You know, we're just happy to see you, bro. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for visiting us. And let's go on to the next battle. Clink to the coffee drinkers. We got the delicious Pete's blend going. I don't know what Pete puts in his coffee, but it is delicious. All right, let's check our ops here right now because we want to make sure we got 3 ops on. So, American Predators op. This one's going for 16 days. This is a pretty sweet op. Lock onto American tanks we're running. We got Eyes on the Prize or Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is going to be a tough one to get in the smaller tanks, potentially possible in the larger tanks. I'll save that one for later. We'll do Eyes on the Prize. Eyes on der Prize. Pops is great, bro. Thanks for asking, man. Dad's good. Dad's great. Dad is awesome. You know, he's an awesome guy. My best friend, definitely an awesome mentor, an awesome person, an awesome example of how to live life and how to enjoy life. Dad is, he's a class act all the way. Don't sit in that corner too long. All right, guys, another magnificent map. The Great Wall. We got 7s and 6s in here, so we're low tier. We're definitely gonna want to watch our backs. I think we'll run up to about here and kind of spot and scout what's coming along this flank line right here. Hopefully we get a good balance, and it's going to be up to our heavy tanks to really pull the weight, to pull the oar, to row. Looks like we got a pretty good group coming with us. You know, the Hitman series has been reinvented a few times in the past, brother. And they might, you know, Eidos or Eidos, however you want to pronounce it, they might take a break from it. I think Square Enix is actually doing it now, but they might take a break from it and then come back to it in a couple years. That way people that are nostalgic for Agent 47 will be like, wow, Agent 47. Now we got an optional encounter battle here where you can win this by taking that middle base down there. That's going to be interesting to see what our guys do here with the... Let's see, we're going to go right to the edge of this hill, then we're going to turn around. We just want to spot down. There's a Hell Kitty there. We don't want to tangle with him too much. Let our big friends tangle with him. See if he's alone or not.
Enemies looking right at us. Unlocking target. That one
Oh, and he was not alone.
Ready to fire on.
Oh, man. Oh. I tried to push that already. It was kind of like a little bit of a brave maneuver. Cornish Boss, I kind of go between. Most of the time I'm gaming with a platoon, so it usually starts out like, hey guys, which way are you guys going? And everybody will be like, all right, well, we don't have enough guys going this way, or we don't have enough guys going that way, and we wind up, going one direction or another, usually in support of each other or what needs to be supported on the battlefield. But yeah, I don't really mind, like the map. I like the back map for like kind of like an overall idea, but most of the time I just use the little mini map. Good, you guys. Give him some milk. It does a body good. I have drinking so much coffee today. I love it. I love my coffee. Don't take my coffee from me. You can come out of the corner. Just don't be in the closet with Tom Cruise and John Travolta. I love that South Park. Ma'am! Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet! Then R. Kelly shows up and he's like, why won't Tom Cruise come out the closet? So funny. Oh, I gotta watch that one tonight. Man. Camarine, tier 3s. Okay, so this should give us some maneuvering abilities. This should give us the ability to maneuver. Guys, I can't help but recommend this PZ-1C for the 1,000-point op. Today in the broadcast, we've made about 25 points with it. It is a great tank for making points. Another beautiful map here, another well-designed map. Camarine. We're going in hot. We like it hot, hot, hot.
Look out, enemy spotted. They hit one of our tracks. Punched a hole in their armor.
Oh, nice ram there, buddy. Ooh, their Artie's doing some work right now. I'm going to try to flank around, maybe try to take that Artie out. I know that we've already lost a significant amount of tanks. That Sexton, man, he's killing it. That guy's doing some work right now and is already on the other team. Ooh, looks like they got Overwatch. Looks like they got Overwatch. Should see these Arties around here, though. There they are. So, oh my God, they're trying to break my life.
Penetration.
Oh, that Mercedes got. Oh, nicely done, Artie. You know what? I gotta respect an Artie that can protect itself. Those guys, they're not messing around. They're platooned up in their Sextons, and they're doing some work. Oh, they spoiled my master plan. Well, Steve, I think that we always send a little bit back, brother. I think coffee or any kind of liquid's only on Lynn to the body. At some point, it goes back to the ocean. Oh, man. That already canceled my party, man. I was coming in hot. I was gonna shake him up, but it was not. They were not faded. I respect that. I respect confidence in their tanking. Woo! All right, so here's a real treat, guys, because we don't see it too often in tanks. It takes a long time to get to the next tier. We've got 104,000 XP on this tank, so now we can take the Bulldog to the T-49. The tier 8. So we're going to spend our XP. That's going to give elite status to our Walker Bulldog. And now that's going to cost us a pretty penny, 2.3 million silver, and the American tanks are on sale right now. But we get our newest light scout tank. This is a pretty sweet mammer jammer. Yay! Ooh! Oh, the bells and whistles. The bells, the whistles. And we're going to recruit a crew for it. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and leave it empty. I'm going to take a crew out of another tank. Probably take this Bulldogs crew and step it up in there. It's saying that's the best option. Then our Bulldog is going to be short a crew. And so potentially we're going to have to send these guys to regimental school. So we'll go ahead and wait for a little bit. And we'll put a crew in there. That's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, man. Always fun unlocking new tanks, man. Let's check out the packages on it. So, our first package is going to be an upgrade for our turret, our tracks. No, upgrade for our engine, our tracks, and our radio. That's going to be a nice upgrade. It starts with a decent gun. Let's check the details on the gun. 9 fires around every 9 rounds. Not too bad, not too bad. And then eventually, this thing gets a super derp cannon on it here, man. 900 points of damage, but it only fires about 2 rounds. Maybe if you upgrade it with some perks, 3 rounds a minute. That is an interesting weapon. That's an interesting weapon. All right. Well, now. There goes all our silver. We had 3 million silver. Now we're down to 1.75 million. Oh, yeah. No, I love getting new tanks, bro. Definitely new tanks are awesome. Alrighty. So let's go on over here. And I think we'll take back out the 5.4 here. It's definitely a great feeling when you get the new ride, though, man. All shiny and new. Shiny, shiny newness. Interesting. Team destruction. Basically, we got to destroy all of them, or they got to destroy all of us, or if time ran out, it'd be a potential draw. But there is no bases to capture in this one. This is an all-out street fight. Got 6s in here, so we definitely want to be careful. I know, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Oh, no, we'll take out the T-49. I'm going to debate. I don't know if I want to send the crew through regimental school yet or what.
Enemies looking right at us. I see one of them. Loaded and ready.
Man, this Hellcat came in hot, huh?
Got him. Target locked. They hit one of our tracks. Enemy in sight.
Ramming speed!
Main gun is hit.
Ah! Hey, I can live with 2 kills. I'd rather have 6 or 7, but a good ramming is always fun, man. A good ramming is always a fun time. Woo! This 5.4 for ramming, I've actually started kind of running my perks on this tank, kind of like designed on it, and I'm 72% through controlled impact, so pretty soon it's going to do even more damage when ramming and receive less damage in return, which I think is pretty damn awesome. Alrighty, let the Splatterfest continue. Alright, let's check out the IS-1. So this is the farthest I've made it in the IS line right here. Pretty cool tank. I've got all the final gun upgrades on it, and I've been kind of getting used to like the nuances on this tank, like don't rush your shots with it. It's got a gun that you really need to let the crosshair close in. You know, you can hit mobile shots with it and stuff, but I find it few and far between. Like, if we let that crosshair close in, we have a good chance of throwing down some smackdown with the gun. We're top tier, very nice. Always nice to be top tier. The Tundra. This is another awesome map. You know, you're hearing me say that a lot. The more I think you play the maps, the more you get used to them. The more you start respecting them for their little idiosyncrasies and little nuances and little terrain features and geography on them. Now, I'm going to try to come over here and watch this flank right here, but I'm kind of worried because lately I've been getting in there and I haven't had too much backup on the flanks. It's definitely nice when you're running with a platoon. Well, welcome, Mean Drake. We always welcome new people to the stream, buddy. Playing some World of Tanks here. I think this is one of my favorite games to stream and one of my favorite games to play. I like to talk about it too because basically, you know, if you get somebody that plays it and they go, well, that's not my cup of tea, I don't really care for it. It's like, well, you know, the entire game's basically free, so...
Enemy in sight.
Oh, he just got over there. He's going to go for our Audi. Nothing over there to really protect the Audi. I don't know if I could make it back there in time. Won't try, though. I don't want to leave the RD unprotected. Close off his escape route, too. Oh, yeah, they got him. Good job, team. Good job, team.
Target locked.
Let's get back on the clock here.
On target. Locked on. Releasing target. Enemies looking right at us. Dropping target.
We have potential to hit this guy pretty hard if we get through his armor. Yeah, that's nice. Gotta watch that 01 up there. We don't want that thing shooting us. If we do, we want to try to angle our armor so the 01 kind of maybe hits our turret. Also, it looks like their Artie's got this area pretty dialed in. Nice shot, T-34, 38. Ooh, man, those Arties are hammering this area.
Penetration.
Alright, so he's got to be brave. He fired his shot, guys. He fired his shot.
Releasing target. Enemies got us in their sights.
Oh, we bounced. Oh. Good.
Unlocking target. Enemy armor is destroyed. This vehicle's finished.
Woo! I don't know, man. That one got pretty spicy. Mean Drake, I'm playing tiers between 1 and everything right now. I'm sure you could send me a friend's request and get in a game with me sometime. Absolutely. Lord knows we pick up a lot of tankers on here. Alright, let's go and take out the Vengeance. Well, what's up, DNS? Did you change your name back, buddy? Nice. Well, you're definitely going to need to get some tanks up, bro, that are compatible. You know, I don't just play tier 1s or tier 2s or tier 3s. I play anywhere between 3 to 10, basically, are the tanks I play, bud.
All right, men, we've got enemies in the area. We either have to take them all out or capture their base. Let's roll.
Anywhere between 3 to 10. You know, a lot of people express an interest in playing this game with me, and we're always happy to pick up new members into the platoon and stuff like that, but you're going to need to have the tanks to actually play it. You know, I don't like to sit and wait, you know, while tanks are in the graveyard and stuff like that for them to be available again. You know, it's like, I'd recommend, if you want to play this game with me, having probably at least 3 3s, you know, a couple 4s, couple 5s, couple 6s, couple 7s, couple 8s, a couple 9s. You don't have to have 10s. You know, if you have a couple, that's great. We don't play 10s that often. We do sometimes. Most of the time, though, we play between 3 and 9 on tiers. Well, hello to Brian, man. Shout out, Brian. DNS, so you're excited about, I know you've been excited about Friday the 13th, man. You're getting close. Getting real close, buddy. We're going to be looking at Friday the 13th at the end of the month, and we're going to be looking at Injustice next week, guys, which I'm pretty darn psyched for myself there. I'm surprised you're not going to be on Injustice, DNS. You're so good at those games, bro. DNS is one of the best Mortal Kombat players I've ever seen. When he puts his mind to it and he's focused on his gaming, I think I beat him twice out of 1,000 games. I definitely know I celebrated anytime I won. Man, you and Nightmare Ninja had some epic battles in my stream, man. You and Ruined Memories and, you know, of course, Delta Slayer. Always fun to watch you guys battle. Right here we're driving the Vengeance, which is a premium tank that's out. You can actually spend money on premium tanks if you like. I think they're great for making money. They're, ooh, nice. Great for having a lot of fun with. Gonna watch that Rom B over there. That thing is dirty. That is a powerful German tank. I have so much fun with this game, man. World of Tanks is just so much fun.
Loaded and ready. They've spotted us.
All about, like, right now we're using some cover, we're popping out, we're shooting.
Ready to fire on target.
This is one fun mammer jammer to play.
Target locked. Ready to fire on target. We lost an ally. Target locked. Enemies looking right at us.
Oh man, he's got some thick armor. Oh yeah, Ford man, I like the Fury. War Daddy, buddy. War Daddy. One of the things I've learned from Acid Warfare is to shoot the guns on these things. A lot of times you can get pinned shooting the guns on these big Japanese heavies.
Ready to fire. You just ding them. Releasing target. They've spotted us.
See how we got some pin hitting that gun right there?
Zero penetration. One of our vehicles destroyed.
Preemie tanks are great for making money. They're great money makers. We're going to aim for this gun right there. Yeah, and we got penetration. Kind of aiming for a smaller gun.
Gun loaded. Locked on. They've spotted us.
He's got his Nuka-Cola can. Oh, he missed. That's always harsh when you miss. He's got a super duper nuke cannon on that thing, but if he doesn't get through, then he gets blowed up. Oh, but I got something big hitting me in the back there. Sherman. I don't know where Herman the Sherman is, but he's over there somewhere.
We're taking the enemy base.
Now we'll put the sound of the Horn of Destiny on these guys. So they're going to know, they're going to hear that, whoa, that bullhorn. Oh, this thing looks badass. The Vengeance, man. This is a badass looking tank for sure. Okay, so there's that Sherman that was hitting us a second ago. The HM5. That's a nice tank right there. Yeah, man. Oh, cool. Hey, Ravenhawk, how you doing, buddy? Shout out to Ravenhawk, man. He's mastering the prey game, man. Shout out, Ravenhawk. Okay, so this is the last guy left. Let's go help our guy try to take this guy out. Gotta be careful, though, because he can one-shot us at this point. Shout out to my man Ravenhawk, man. Awesome guy, awesome gamer. Dominating the prey, bro. Seeing all those cool screenshots you've sent my way.
Enemy is hit. She's loaded.
Nice. Good game, team.
Best job I ever had.
Wow, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, man, to hear. Ooh, 5-point game. Nice. We got 5 points. Whoop, whoop. And 89,000 silver. That's one of the things I can't stress enough, man. You can play World of Tanks for free, guys, but having a couple preemie tanks are great for making money. And if you get into this game and you like this game, basically having premium, like I think I have about 50 days of premium left, is awesome. And then I'll get it for another year for $99. Now it is, $99 is an investment, but I think it's so worth it for this game. 441 points, man. We're moving right along. It's pretty darn awesome. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's go ahead. And we got our new T-49 today. We still got to put a crew in that bad boy. Let's go ahead and we'll take out our Bulldog. The Bulldog. Love this tank. Ravenhawk, I barely got into Prey, bro, and I'm going to start it from the beginning again, but it's huge. Like, you know, all the items you're finding in that, it feels like recycling items into components is such a crucial thing. And I felt like I kind of messed up on Prey because I ran out of shotgun shells so early in the game. I think when I start over, I'm going to be a lot more, very, very, let's say frugal with my ammo. You know, definitely, you know, manage the ammo. Really? Really, Steve? Because my first impressions of Prey is a great game. I spent about 2.5 hours with it. I have it up on my YouTube, guys. Let me get you my YouTube link. If I had to say on Prey early review, I'd say like an 8 out of 10. You know, I mean, it's one of those games that's single player only, so I know a lot of people are multiplayer orientated and stuff, so a strictly single player game is intense, but it seems like it has such a great story, and it's got some like weird nuances to it. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 myself in my rating from the time I spent with it. World of Tanks here, I give it a 10 out of 10, guys. This one, and remember, this game is free to play, so if you get into it and you find that it's something you don't like, well, you're not losing anything, you know. This is, but I've spent about 2 years now. In August will be my second full year here on Tanks, and I've loved it, man. It's been like an awesome 18 months. We've broadcasted it a lot of times. Woo! Little Dukes of Hazzard over the bridge. No, 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 bomb, bomb, bomb. All right, so we got tier 8s in here. Let's definitely be careful. We don't want that Rom B shooting us back. We shot him. We don't want him shooting us back. That thing could split us up in like one shot.
Enemies got us in their sights.
Got a Hellcat over there. I'm just going to kind of use this little ridge right here. Little ridge for protection. Such a fun game, guys.
Target locked.
I really think that, like, if you like tactical gameplay and stuff, you'll like this game. Alright, let's boogie out of here. It's time to go. This spot's getting a little lonely. I'm just a lonely boy over there. Whoop. Be careful, we don't want to go for a swim. Now this is an optional encounter battle, so this white flag in the middle, either side could win by capping it. Our guy's calling SOS in here. Ooh, got him on fire with the first shot. That's always nice. Ooh, got his magazine with the second shot. I tell you, this Bulldog, Kitty's got claws, man. This thing, you know, it has a 10-round autoloader. I think that's the largest autoloader in the game, but I actually like the final gun. You can fire a shot about every 4 seconds with it. It works out to about 15 shots in a minute. And then you don't also have that reload time. Woohoo! It's got great penetration. I think it shoots APCR rounds, armor-piercing rounds, just kind of naturally. So right now there's a clock going on the enemy, and they know that basically they're going to lose this game in 50 seconds and we're going to win. And it can be such a psychological thing. You'll hear it in the broadcast a lot when the horn's like playing that bullhorn. Our team's doing so good. I mean, we have a good option of just pulling out of here and wiping these guys out, you know. I don't know if we want to cap or if we want to go. Let's see what our team's doing here. Somebody just got shot and the clock got resetted. It looks like the last of the enemy is going to kind of pull over here to try to put pressure on this. But also it's cool because we're drawing a lot of their attention over here, which has given a lot of our tanks time to potentially flank around and stuff like that. I have so much fun with this game, man. World of Tanks is such a blast. Literally, it's a blast when you blow your enemy away. Blammo! Now, there's 3 of them left, and we've got more than enough tanks, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out of the base. I don't think we need to cap on that. Seems like we got more than enough fighting power to handle these guys. Oh, don't fly off the bridge, Shep. And let's go ahead and head on around here and see if we can't score a couple more shots in here. This Bulldog, though, man, what an amazing tank. Looks like the enemy's headed for our Artie over here and his Bulldogs. We're going to try to cut him off. Unleash the hounds! I'm coming, Artie. I'm coming to try to save you. Run, Artie, run! Dun 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 dun. Charge! Woo! I didn't get the kill for that, but it felt like I did.
Great job, man.
I think me and the Freedom shot him at the same second I rammed him. Well, cool for you, no hope for you, noob. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's crazy about that cyber hacking and stuff like that. That's nuts, man. Ooh, we got a point. We got a point. Yay! So much fun with this game. Ooh, it's 12:43. No more coffee for me, but I love the coffee. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. All right. Man, this tank. And if you look at my perks, that's one of the things as I've kind of spent more time with the game. I've kind of started to understand a little bit better how to spec out my tanks. So right now my guy's got Smooth Ride. Now I know that in this Bulldog, I do a ton of running and shooting. And so Smooth Ride gives me a little bit of an advantage, a little bit better chance of hitting while running. Brothers in Arms lets my guy kind of reload a little bit faster. Then you can further increase those perks by your equipment. So this enhanced gun lane drive and the vertical stabilizer, that's definitely helping with being able to hit targets while moving. The coated optics lets me see a little bit farther. Eventually I might sell the coated optics and I might put on a cyclonic converter. It's really interesting kind of balancing it, like the balance of what perks. But you can really make your tank into just a deathmobile. Got a little motto on there, "In God we trust." I think when you're running around in a scout tank, you got to trust in something. Any moment you might be like, "Whoa, look, there's Jesus," when you get hit by a bazooka round, when a tier 10 shoots you. Whoa, pearly gates. Alrighty, let's take out another fun tank to drive here, man. Been having a lot of fun with this game today. Going through all the tanks here. I tell you, these two tanks right here are great preemies. The Hammer and the Tiger 131. Just great rides. Great tanks to earn, to get. Did a contest where we were able to get them like earlier in the year. It was pretty awesome. This 5.4, I totally recommend this tank. Yeah, you guys can send me screenshots. 6 cents is a great perk, bro. Agreed, Holy Death. 6 cents. 6 cents is one of those ones I definitely want to eventually research for the Bulldog. Basically, it's going to allow, if you're being aimed at, it's going to tell you, it's going to be like, it's going to give you an audible alarm, letting you know that the enemy is aiming at you. Wow. So tell me some more about this. So 74 countries are infected. Wow, man, that is crazy. So it's a pretty big hack attack. Man, those hackers suck, dude. You know, as much as technology is amazing nowadays, it's like, God, dude, it's like Revenge of the Nerds, dude. Like the hackers are like, "You guys gave me a swirly in high school, now I'll hack you." It's like the nerds have struck back, man. Nerds? Ogre hates nerds. Oh, man. I tell you, those guys from Lizard Squad a couple years ago, they had a public tweet going, and I was on Twitter, and I was like, "Dude, did you guys get brain damage from all the swirlies you got in high school?" What happened, man? Oh, man. Because, you know, they did that DDoS attack, and they're, like, threatening to attack, like, a kid's video game system. And I'm like, seriously, guys, you know, you got nothing better to do that you're going to try to DDoS a kid's video game system on Christmas? What a bunch of Grinches. Grinches. Brian, I'm absolutely always up for platooning, bro. Pick you up in just a second, B. Shout out to Big B.
Releasing target. Enemies got us in their sights. Enemy exposed. Ready to fire on target. Reloaded.
Not looking too good for our guys so far. They're driving straight across that bridge like, yay! That is pretty brave. I always say, man, treasure your lives in tanks. Like, don't lose your life, man. Treasure it. Treasure the tanking lives.
Focus on this location.
Yeah, man, for sure. We'll pick you up, B, no problem. Backed up to build some momentum here. Now we're gonna live dangerously. Dangerous.
That one left a big hole. Dropping target.
What I did is I raced across here so that we could potentially get these guys looking in two different directions, but it's not looking too good for our team right now.
Target locked. Enemies got us in their sights. Good clean hit. Looks like we're shooting spitballs.
No, we never want to shoot spitballs. We got guys crossing the bridge over us, crossing above us. This is looking tough.
Enemies looking
This
right
is
at us.
looking tough.
Unlocking target.
Oh, I tried to get out of there. I tried to run away. I tried to run with my manly speed. I was like, I'm going to book out of here, but no escape, man. No escape. Oh, cool, Holy Death. Well, I'll definitely check it out, bro. Yeah, AK, it's just sad, bro. It's just sad, man. That whole, like, negative stuff, I just don't understand it, man. I've always been kind of like, I mean, I don't want to call myself a hippy dippy or nothing like that, but I've always kind of been like, you know, treat people right. Hopefully life treats you right, you know, and like, I just don't understand. But I mean, I guess the world's just a crazy world, you know. It's a crazy place. Alrighty, get Brian an invite here to the party. We like to party. And we'll go ahead and start with some Tier 3 action here. Loving my PZ-1C. There you go, brah. No hope for you, noob. When I'm broadcasting, I usually only play with my subscribers, dudes that are donning my chef's hats, bros and broettes that have the sub hat on. But we'll definitely pick you up for some platoon action in the future, man. But I always kind of reserve in-game broadcast time for my paying subscribers here. But I can, you know, when I'm done broadcasting, I'll definitely send you an invite if I have room. I also always reserve the spots in my platoon, again, for my subs. You know, they're keeping us on the air. Being a Twitch partner, you know, it's amazing. And I couldn't do it without my subs. You know, they're the reason we get paid, and they're, you know, what keeps our broadcast going and stuff, and they're tuning in daily. So I always try to have broadcast time and then priority invitations for my subscribers. I do. I believe in karma myself, AK. So treat people how you want to be treated, brother. It seems to be the way of the world. I think that when I do good things, besides the positive endorphins that release in my brain that make me feel good, you know, I feel that like often that I've experienced when I've done something good's happened back for me, you know. Not saying that it's just like clockwork like that, but you know, I mean, getting to know all you people, getting to do these broadcasts, getting to hang out with everybody, I look at that as a good thing. And you know, we try to promote an atmosphere of fun and, you know, fellowship and stuff like that. And definitely, I feel like do good things and good things definitely happen in return. But again, it's not always that it's just instant, and it might not be something that we notice right away.
They've spotted us.
Oh, ow! Don't run into that rock. Yikes! Gotta mentally remember that rock right there.
Ready to fire on target. They're hit.
This game is so much fun.
Locked on. Focus on this location. Dropping target. Target locked. She's loaded.
Right, no! You got a lot of them over there, B. Run, B, no!
Enemy exposed.
Right went brave, man. We call that Operation Moonlight. Speaking of Moonlight, guys, one of the regulars from our show, he's out trying to enlist right now in the United States Marine Corps, so definitely hold some positive thoughts for old Moonlight there. He wants to get involved and serve the country. And definitely the Marines, man, that is no joke.
Ready to fire.
Well, Rabbit was in the Navy. But yeah, definitely wants to serve like Rabbit, man. Absolutely.
Enemy's got us in their sights.
He's going through all the stuff they do. They have like a, you know, like psychological evaluation, a physical evaluation and stuff.
Ready to fire on target.
Yeah. What was that, Full Metal Jacket?
Our team just wasted an enemy.
Yeah.
Target locked. That one left a big hole. Zero penetration. Enemy armor is damaged. Ammo rack damaged.
Not good. He damaged my ammo rack. And my
fixed,
engine's
but
damaged.
take it easy on it.
Uh-huh.
They're hit.
Oh yeah. Dun 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 dun. Charge. Brian Ravenhawk was asking if you got his message, my friend. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, the Marines will definitely give him some discipline, man. You know, Moon's a great guy, man. I'm proud of him. You know that he's. We've had a lot of friends between our group that
Fire on target.
have gone into the Corps, and if that's what he's feeling will be something really good for his life, I'm happy for him.
Target locked. They've spotted us.
I gotta watch that Ripper, man.
Reloaded. We've just dinged them. Releasing target.
Woo, mama. It's getting dicey.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
It's getting hot to trot. We got a lot of stuff running around here. Oh, I can't take much more, Captain. I'm giving her all she's got. Absolutely. Well, guys, ladies and gents, that's going to go ahead and do it for my broadcast today. It has been a blast to hang out with you guys. It's been a blast, literally, to play tanks. There will be more broadcasts coming. We're going to be looking at games like Injustice 2 real soon. That'll be next week, Friday the 13th when it comes out. You know, if you'd like to follow this channel, it's 100% free to do. We are always happy to see you guys. We are always happy to chat with you guys. I hope you gentlemen and ladies have the best day. Thank you again so much for your time. We will see you next time in another broadcast. Bye-bye, everybody.